I'm not going to be live long because I have a lot of work to do. Can y'all hear me? Sometimes when the microphone is on the table or like blocked off, the sound is messed up. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Hey. Let me know if you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Somebody tell me yes or no. Okay. Hey, Ronnie. I don't want this one. I got this new ear piercing, so whenever I put this in, it just doesn't sit. But yes, you can hear me? Fantastic. Hey, is that Reggie? What's up? We can hear. Thank you. Okay, lovely. It's a little delayed. Reggie, what's up? Okay. I'm not going to be here long. I have a lot of work to do, but I'm catching up on the demands that these Black students. I'm just so inspired right now, and I wanted to share the demands because I have had a lot of experiences. You're going to be there? Oh, Reggie, I can't wait to see you. I've had a lot of experiences working with movements, organizations, and there'll be statewide organizations, local organizations, but mostly campus organizations. When they have like long list of demands for people. Y'all love a demand, honey. And you really love a demand when it's like 50 of them. And I was reading this again and I was like, y'all need to see some examples of some good demands. So quickly, I don't know all of the history, but I've worked with the Black California Students United before the pandemic. And when I tell y'all, so these are high school Black students. There's the African Black Coalition, who's live right now on IG. Actually, I was just listening to them for a little bit. Which the organization, I was one of the folks, part of the history of alumni of the University of California school system who helped create the organization. Now, my alumni created the conference, but the organization and the staff and like the structure of how we communicate across the state, I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. And so that's for the University of California school system students. Now, each state used to have one, right? There used to be one for Arizona. There used to be one for Florida. There was one, the Arizona Student Association, the Florida Student Association, the Student Association of Michigan, the CUNY students had one in New York, the Oregon Student Association, the Wisconsin was United Council. There were a lot of different names for these like state conferences. And I was a huge fan of these, and they should come back because to have organized state conferences for students allowed students to have a vehicle to organize for themselves when it came to these larger conversations and fights around education. And then those statewide conferences came together and formed a national organization called the United States Student Association, to which I served as vice president and president of. Thank you. And none of those things exist anymore. Like the same way that there's been a huge attack and overhaul on labor movements, anything that is organized power, states and the United States of America have basically worked to like get rid of them and dismantle them, right? So they passed laws in Arizona and other places saying students couldn't give their fees to third-party organizations to advocate for them. And there were a lot of white ring Republican, conservative, racist folks who like didn't want these students to keep organizing for themselves because they saw how successful they were being. That is usually what happens. When you are successful, somebody tries to come in and destroys the whole thing. Well, that's the college version of that. And I'm happy to talk more about that one day because that needs to come back. But the high school version of that, in California at least, is called the Black Students of California United. And like I said, I worked with them 3 years ago before the pandemic. They might have had like 300 students in the room. And I was so impressed. Okay. Very, very, very impressed. They had a whole conference for a day. It was workshops. I was the keynote speaker. They had a bunch of stuff. Well, they wasted no time coming back, honey. Okay. They wasted no time coming back after the pandemic. And so tomorrow, I've already posted the flyer on my IG. Tomorrow, there is a activism conference that is happening in Sacramento, which let me tell you why I love stuff like this. Number one, y'all know I'm a professor in residence at the University of California, Santa Cruz. I've been teaching. This is my second class that I've been teaching. I'm tired, so praise God, the final is on Monday, but I've had a joy this past quarter teaching student leaders at UC Santa Cruz around organizing and how to build a strong coalition and take care of themselves, right? And so what's up? And so the joy that I have doing that is selfish, But what they get is I brought Sean King, Tiffany Cross, Jamira Burley, Philip Agnew. I brought so many people to the class to come and talk to these students, to share with them, like, just experiences from the field and what it is like to do leadership organizing work out in the real world. And the students have been in love with it. What I love about this program is they're bringing high school students, Black. All of this is Black. Blackity, black, 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 black. They're bringing Black students to Sacramento. And let me tell you what that does. A lot of people don't get that experience in school through third-party organizations or organized bodies. They have the experience of going to the capital of the state in which they live and then practicing what advocacy looks like, or practicing what activism looks like, what it's like to speak truth to power, what it's like to meet an elected official, right? And like learning that in high school is so much better for your long-term journey as a leader, as an activist, as a citizen when you get older. Because you're like, when I was a young person, we met with an elected official. We did some of this really dope stuff, right? So they're no longer like jaded or afraid or intimidated by elected officials when they get older. And so bringing them to Sacramento, it's not like, hey, y'all, come meet the elected officials and let them talk to you about how fun they are. This is... They got demands, honey. These Black students in California have demands. And I'm just thinking about how transformative this is in the season of politics that these folks are experiencing, right? Like the last 2 years, they were not in school. They were at home. They were on the computer. They had none of this. Now they're at the Capitol. And they're about to tell the Capitol what it is that they need to have a better educational experience and what young folks deserve in the state of California. And there is nobody better to advocate for these students except for themselves. So shout out to the leadership, the organizers, the volunteers, and everybody who can come. Thank you, Reggie, who can come and hold these folks accountable. We need more programs like that, big or small, big or small. There's a lot to talk about with like the institutionalization of that. That's not for this live. Let me tell you what some of these demands are. And these are examples, and this is why I'm reading them. I see a lot of horrible demands. I see demands, and they're bad. These are examples of good demands. There are buckets. Curriculum is a bucket. Restorative justice is a bucket. Black student resources is a bucket. And mental health and wellness. Come on, buckets. Okay? Bucket number 1 in curriculum. We call for, and so I have to know this because baby, I am the keynote speaker tomorrow at the rally, okay? We call for all California K through 12 public schools. Pause. These are Black students who are going to Sacramento. Listen to what they're asking. We call for California K through 12 public schools, all of them. They're not just saying Black students. They're saying everybody K through 12. Fuck you too. You're getting blocked. I don't even know who you are. There we go. Okay. We call for California K through 12 public schools to remove any books that have the N-word in them that is used as an oppressive and demeaning manner. Context. Because something might have the N-word in it, and it might not be oppressive and demeaning, but they said there are books like Huckleberry Finn and To Kill. And they're saying that these books have the N-word in it, and they're saying that it's oppressive and demeaning, and they want to get rid of all those books. Since we in the process right now, y'all over here talking about curriculum, we call for the mandate. Listen to this, because there's a whole fight right now around critical race theory that I haven't even talked to y'all about. The second demand is we call for the mandate of Black history to be added as a graduation requirement for all California K through 12 public schools. We request that the above courses include a curriculum beyond enslavement, Jim Crow, and the civil rights movement, baby. Examples, ancient KMT, because I didn't even learn that in school. Black Power movement, Black Reconstruction, African world history. Things that I am barely learning about because this is the book of the month. Well, this is the book of last month, but I didn't finish it. So this is the book of this month and last month. Then, so that's curriculum. Next bucket, restorative justice. This is SAC youth. No, baby. This is not SAC youth. This is all of California youth coming to Sacramento. This is North, South, Middle California. Restorative justice. We call for all California K-12 public schools to eliminate in and out of school suspensions and adopt or improve restorative justice policies, practices, and programs as alternative methods to address school discipline. Stop suspending our kids. Eliminate in and out of school suspensions. Kids should be in school. Stop with the elimination of kicking kids out of school because they was either tardy or because they didn't wear the right clothes or because they were in the bathroom too long. I got suspended when I was a kid. I got suspended. You're good. I got suspended when I was in elementary school because I was in the bathroom too long. What? Okay. We call for an allocation of funding in the local control and accountability plan to support, implement, and improve restorative justice trainings and professional development in schools on all staffing levels. In addition, we request a public annual report that highlights a school-wide impact for all restorative justice training and professional development. Number 5, we call for the hiring of at least 2 non-law enforcement affiliate restorative justice specialists per school within the California K-12 public school system that is reflective of the student body. For those schools that have specialists, we call for the allocation of funds to assist with the relationship building and academic achievement for the student population. All the things that they want, they are saying we want to be we want the resources, we want the support, we want the allocations to drive towards making us all better, not criminalizing us, not limiting us, not hindering us. Okay? Then these kids are teaching me. I'm about to save this. I do have the digital version. I'm sending this all over the place. Okay? As a teacher, I've noticed this is a huge problem. They'll say they do restorative justice, but 1 or 2 people will actually be thoroughly trained. It's so wrong. And the kids are saying they see it, they understand it, and they're demanding more. They're also saying, number 6, Black student resources. We call for allocation of funding in the local control and accountability plan to fund all Black student clubs to be members of Black students of... When you are organizing your demands should do a few things. They should win concrete victories that improve people's lives. They should make people aware of their own power. And they should build institutions that last. These students on number 6 are saying that they want an allocation of funding in this LCAP plan to fund Black student clubs across the state of California to be members of the statewide coalition for Black students. They're building strong organization. They're like, our organization is the one that is the catalyst to organize high school Black students. And so what we want you to do is pay for the membership for all of those student organizations that don't know about us or that can't afford to be in us. Y'all pay for them to be a part of our group. Do you know what that does? That increases their membership. And do you know what that does? That builds their power. Yeah. Baby. High school kids. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. I'm getting so emotional. I'm such a nerd. Okay. That's a big one, y'all. Mobilizing themselves. You gonna pay for us to... I can hear them outside of my hallway right now. The kids, they're loud as hell. This is big. We call for allocation of funding in the local control and accountability plan to support cultural enrichment programs hosted by Black student clubs and to provide annual compensation stipend to Black student club advisors at $1,250 a stipend per semester. Listen, all the advisors and all the older Black folks and women who've been volunteering to help us, you need to give them a stipend for the year. So pay the people who help us. We're going to build our organization, and the people who help us, they don't get paid enough. So you're going to get them a stipend too. We all going to eat. Number 8, we call for California K-12 public schools to recruit and hire more Black administrators, educators, and consultants that reflect the student body, because everybody's been calling for that. We call for our California K-12 public schools to make an institutional commitment to adopt equitable hiring practices of all Black administrators and educators. Last bucket, mental health and wellness. Our babies, our high school kids. We call for all... I hear them. Did y'all hear them screaming just now? We call for all California K through 12 public schools to implement wellness and social emotional learning programs. In addition, we request trauma-informed care training for all educators, administrators, and support staff. We call for the hiring of at least 2 mental health practitioners and counselors of color per school within the California K through 12 public school system. That's not that hard. That's not that hard. Oh my God, what? Thank you, Tiffany. Last year, you provided me with a template on how to address racial disparities in the corporate environment, and that was leveraged to create real tangible change to the tune of $35 million. I gave you a template on how to address racial disparities. Thank you for those flowers. And congratulations on the victory. Lastly, we call for an annual report that spotlights the impact and racial demographics of mental health practitioners and counselors in our California K through 12 public schools. Everything on here is tangible. Everything on here can be done in a year. It's measurable. We can set a timeline for it. None of this stuff is that difficult to do at all. Everything I just read can be done in less than a year by the end of this year. Everything on here has a pocketbook angle. People win and money is moved. Everything on here can be widely felt. Like they're calling, this is these black high school students have a list of demands, but it's widely felt because all students benefit. And here we go again, black folks saving the rest of the world. Everybody, we all gonna win. We all gonna eat. We all gonna learn. We all gonna win. None of us is gonna get suspended. We want more restorative justice programs. We want to make sure that people who are helping us get paid and compensated, and we want to build an organization. Fool. Where can I find that doc? They put their foot in that. Send me. Where can I post it? Check my. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it in my link tree right now because, baby. This needs to be shared. This is not like, oh, look at them, they did a good job. This is, hey, the black high schoolers in California made this list of demands for the state of California. I have to do my research because I don't know what the LCA plan is. I just moved to California. I don't know what the LCA plan is. And so they are so well, listen, I'm so proud of them. I cannot wait. I'm supposed to have dinner with them. I cannot wait to meet these folks. I cannot wait. I am going to make a link right now. And I'm going to put, oh, now my Gmail wants to work all of a sudden. I was looking for you forever and you just was acting crazy. Now it's not working. Okay, hold on. Drive. Every time I try to go to Gmail. Okay, there we go. Gmail. That's not what I'm trying to do, sweetheart. Gmail.com. Take me to my Gmail. I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in my link tree, okay? Because I have the Word doc version of it. So let me find the document. I'm going to copy and paste the language. I'm going to make it so that people can't edit it because I don't want people to touch it. But at least you'll be able to download it in like a Word doc, and then we'll go from there, BCSU. Also, follow them on social media, please, so that you can keep up with the students because black students, California, there we go. Because we want to keep up with their demands and how well the demands do and what they do to move the demands. Here we go. Got it. So follow them. Go to the post that that flyer, I don't know who made that flyer. It might have been an adult. I can't even try. I don't know who did that. But yeah, this is the list right here. Here it goes. And this is called the Black History 365 campaign. I love that name. I love the name. I love the name. I'm going to put this in a link so that y'all can have it. Go to my IG bio at the end of my live. I'm posting it up there, okay? But what's really dope about this is if you follow them on social media, you can keep up with where the demands go and who the students are, where they're going to be at, all that really cool stuff. So keep up with them. Now I'm a little like, I mean, obviously, I'm 32. I'm about to be 33. I'm way removed from high school, but I'm a little intimidated by these students. This is a really good list. A very good list. I'm very inspired. Watch me put this in a presentation one of these days, like a training that I do. And you follow them. Thank you, Karen. And I'm also going to be speaking at Crenshaw High in a couple of weeks. When do I go to Crenshaw High? I am so excited about tomorrow, and I'm very excited about Crenshaw. I'm going to be in Crenshaw, I don't know when. When I get the flyer, I'll share it with y'all. But I'm being Crenshaw in LA, and I'm so inspired and excited to meet those students as well, and their high school students. And I'm gonna just walk up in there. They're gonna be like, "What you here to talk about?" Here you go. I bought 50 copies. Who needs one? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So the world is opening back up, and there's just so much. I'm not going to lie. It's been a little stressful. There's just so much that's going on. I find so much inspiration and hope in moments like this where I can read a list of demands that high school students, Black, beautiful, special Black students came up with these 4 buckets. They're impressive. Not because I didn't think they were qualified, but because I just haven't seen it in a long time. There's adults who can't even organize like this. I know because I work with them. I'm going to post this in my IG Live. In my link tree. I'm going to share this IG Live and save it. And I cannot wait to see the students tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. So be inspired, because our young folks, they're going to save the world. I know everybody keeps passing it on to the next generation, but these young folks are already doing it. So y'all have a wonderful night. Be encouraged, be inspired. And I'm going to post it to my bio right after the live. I love y'all. Have a good night.